Here we are on another episode of Across the Bar. We're right here in our backyard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with a craft brewer and a funky name. You gotta like that opening, John.
Absolutely.
So, John, tell us a little bit about the craft brewery itself. I mean, Florida is kind of an interesting. I know we have a few craft brewers here in South Florida, so it's kind of. Is it becoming a beer mecca?
I wouldn't call it a beer mecca yet, but there's definitely some signs on the horizon that it's going to be a growing industry. Well, Florida's been a little bit slow to catch on to the craft beer scene, whereas places like Oregon, Washington, California, Colorado, they've had laws and regulations in effect for so long, and home brewers doing their thing for so long that that you've had breweries that are now, craft breweries that are now 20 to 30 years old.
Yeah.
Whereas here in Florida, our home brewers that are experimenting, doing things, they've been doing it for 5-6 years, and so now you're just seeing this crop of breweries start to emerge. Overall, people want better quality, and you see it in the local food movement, in craft cocktails,
right,
in craft distilling, and you definitely see it in craft beer, where people, they walk through that door and they try their first great pale ale from a real American craft brewery, and there's no going back.
Yeah.
Once you walk through that door, you're not going to turn around and go, oh man, I really want to drink that yellow,
stuff,
fizzy water. Essentially, beer is 4 ingredients. It's barley or malted grain, water, hops, and yeast. And so we start there. We start with a very traditional approach to brewing, where we use real ingredients, quality ingredients.
Right.
We use malted barley of varying degrees to create the kind of grain bill that's the basis of beer. We use hops, which come, internationally, whether it's from Germany, noble hop varieties, or the Pacific Northwest, which is a lot of American hops that we use in our IPA.
Yeah.
And we also have some hops that we get from New Zealand, which we use in our Hop Gun IPA, our flagship
Great.
beer. That, coupled with quality yeast and good brewing technique, yields a foundation beer, which we can, most of our flagships are, and then we can go ahead and we can kind of do some secondary fermentation or tailoring to kind of make some really cool, unique brews, which is what we're known for. You're going to see a lot of beers that are made with culinary ingredients. Our mantra is kind of like bold, flavored beers inspired by culinary ingredients.
Right.
And that's what we do really well. We have a beer called No Crusts Peanut Butter and Jelly Brown Ale. That's one of the probably most sought after beers here.
Yeah.
It actually tastes and smells like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Nice.
We've got Last Snow, which is a coconut, white chocolate, and coffee porter. People go crazy for that. And then the beer that kind of launched us onto the radar nationally, back when we were at the lounge, was Maple Bacon Coffee Porter.
Oh.
This is a dark, rich beer made with milk sugar, smoked malt, some saltiness of the bacon. You've got some roastiness of the coffee. You've got kind of sweetness from maple syrup. So
it's like a breakfast beer.
Absolutely. It's breakfast in a glass. Yeah.
I love it. So John, we obviously have got some pretty delectable looking beers here right now. Just lead us off with what we've got in front of us.
All right, cool. Well, first up right here, closest to you, we've got our Floridian. This is one of our flagship beers. It's a German-style Hefeweizen, which basically means yeasty wheat beer. And so we use a German-style yeast. We use some wheat malt and some barley to create the base for this beer. And what you get is this kind of beautiful, unfiltered, cloudy appearance, and nice white, creamy head on top, and the aromas of banana, citrus, and clove.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about when a customer comes into the Funky Buddha. I mean, what kind of draws them to the Floridian here?
Well, we basically look at us being beer tenders and purveying what the brewers have made, and finding out what it is that we can sell each beer for.
Okay.
And what each person comes in with their own set of taste buds.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to be able to take that knowledge of what they normally drink and turn them into something that we have that's fresh.
Well, I gotta taste this one and see what you got up your sleeve. Wow, that's a really great beer. So what is the response you get from someone on this one?
Well, with that being one of our flagship beers, that's the beer that you'll find mostly out in around Fort Lauderdale and Broward.
Very smooth.
Yes, and it's basically a summer beer, but since we're in summer year-round here in Fort Lauderdale, that's
Perfect
brewed
for
year-round.
Floridian.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Right over here, we've got, this is one of our pilot batches here at the brewery. This is our Triple Lindy. It's a Belgian-style triple. It's 9.4%. It's got a lot of Pilsner malt in it, so it's crisp and clean, but it has this great candy-like sweetness, a little bit of fruit from the Belgian ale yeast that we use, and this beautiful high carbonation to really make it kind of thirst-quenching and delicious.
Great. How does a guest, I mean, this has got to be just a trial beer for somebody. They're not going to come in and get it every day here, right?
No,
Okay.
and especially with it being 9.46%. Henceforth, the fact that it is a Belgian-style triple.
Oh, okay. This would be really great with certain kinds of foods, right there.
Correct.
Beautiful pairing on that. This would just be a good, casual, relaxing afternoon
Correct.
beer. Love that.
A lot of our stuff is paired, and we take that into account based upon what food truck is here as well.
Oh, okay.
And we definitely suggest, and the food trucks will pair our beers up with what they're bringing in.
Very
as well.
nice. Very nice.
This one right here is our Pina Colada wheat ale. So
Only in Florida.
Only in Florida, yeah. So we use real fruit, real ingredients. Every time we do one of these, our specialty beers, we use real ingredients. So this has a real whole pineapple in it. It's got coconut, and we infuse the beer with that to kind of create this flavor
Nice.
of Pina Colada.
And
Wow.
that's just remarkable. When you think mowing the lawn,
Yeah,
you're
right?
thinking Pina Colada.
Oh my gosh, that really a hot day by the pool, that's the beer to have out there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm not getting ripped on rum.
Yeah. And what is that guy down there?
This one at the end here is one of the newer beers that we've just come up with. This is pretty cool. It's called our Fire in the Hole. It's a raspberry habanero red ale.
Beautiful.
So it's an Irish-style red ale that we infuse with whole habaneros and fresh raspberries, and it's fruity and sweet and spicy.
So what you're going to get is you're going to get the habanero right to about here.
Okay.
And then it just lingers for a little while, and then the raspberry just kind of quells it.
I like it. Is there a warning with this beer?
No, there was actually the warning was with the Belgian triple.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And you see
that
what I was
is,
saying, the notes of that right there?
Yeah, really, really polished, too.
Yes.
Nice. Someone walks in and they're just a great craft beer connoisseur. What do you throw at them as your curveball?
I have, you know what? That to me is a personal challenge, because
Good.
I will take what it is that they have drank, what they have liked, and invariably we will have something on tap that we can turn them on to.
Absolutely.
It's exciting to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because South Florida has not had beer like this
Yeah.
ever.
So with that in mind, how in the world do you start a beer company named the Funky Buddha?
Well, I think Funky Buddha represents to us our approach to beer. Buddha, in that it's our Zen-like kind of pursuit to create the best beer that we can, and then funky because we don't like to do things just the regular way. We like to be bold. We like to use crazy flavors, throw people for a loop every now and again, and just come up with a cool beer that'll kind of awaken your taste buds.
All right, guys. First of all, thanks so much for some fun times here at Funky Buddha today. This has been a blast, but we're going to come back the next time just to party.
Yeah, you have to.
That's the part that we never get to do on Across the Bar as much. We're always out running and gunning. So this is being in our backyard like this is. We got to do this more often. So thanks for having us in.
Thanks for coming, Paul.